everybody, welcome to the Comic and Movie Show. My name is Sean and I am back after a short time, week and some change, after events that happened in my life, the loss of my grandmother slash mother. Thank you guys for all the support I got in the comment section. Thank you guys so much. I got so much love from you guys. I appreciate the wishes, the wishful thoughts, and the I appreciate everyone's, coming through and saying and giving their support and love for me. So thank you guys for that. I will never forget that. And oops, sorry, camera already messed it up. Sorry guys, sorry about that. But I'll thank you guys. But I'm back, and I figured that it would be fun. That the first thing that I'm going to be making on my return is Venom. Now, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I wasn't looking forward to this movie. If you know me, I'm not looking. I wasn't the biggest fan of the original Venom. In fact, I fall short of hating that movie. Just short of hating that movie. Absolutely hating it. It's a fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? It's an abomination of a film to me. To me, it is everything that was wrong with the comic book movie genre. Not that is wrong, that was wrong with the comic book movie genre. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's you grab this really talented, really recognizable actor. You just throw CGI over top of him. You kind of like, you make it loosely close to the comics without really making it like the comics. Like, for instance, sure, he looks like Venom, but he doesn't have that. He has no relation to Spider-Man. He doesn't have Venom. So much of Venom is revolved around Spider-Man that once you remove the Spider-Man, it's no longer really Venom anymore. And for some reason, that movie blew up. For some reason, it's in part that some people didn't know if it was going to be a part of the MCU or not. In part, some people wanted to just go support something that wasn't Marvel. In part, some people thought it was so bad that it was entertaining. And at the end of the day, they were entertained. They wouldn't call this a good movie, but they were entertained. And that's what happened with the first Venom, and it went on to make almost $900 million, which was insane at the time. Still insane. And this movie has gone on to make over $90 million. The highest grossing, biggest opening weekend of any film during the pandemic era. Now granted, me, you, and everyone knows, which we'll just pretend like it's not, that Black Widow would have cleared $100 million very easily. But I digress. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Now, I will tell you one thing. I'm not sure if it's better. I think it's a better movie. Just by default, because I think that the Carnage and Shriek villains are more interesting than whatever I don't even remember the name of the villain in the first fucking Venom movie. That guy was like a bland piece of toast, man. Like he I don't know what was up with that guy. Like he was like white paint on a wall, dude. There was nothing interesting about the villain at all. And it just didn't make any sense. And the final battle was just so fucking confusing. It just looked like two snot bubbles mashed up against each other. Now, this movie does have a final battle between Venom and Carnage. But, I could actually make out mostly what was happening in this battle because of the distinct colors of them and because they weren't mashing together in weird looking ways like in the original Venom. Like, they were distinctly colored and they really didn't mash up that often. They made sure to make sure that the goopy stuff that they were doing with the symbiotes didn't mash together so you could distinctly tell who was who when they were fighting. The different sizes, even when they turn into the symbiote, to Carnage and Venom, they kind of look different. Just like in the comics, how Cletus Cassidy looks a little bit more skinny and Venom looks like more buff, but because Eddie Brock is kind of he's not a bodybuilder, but he's a guy who likes to build muscle, so that's why Venom looks so jacked, and Carnage is Cletus Cassidy's a skinny dude. That's why Carnage is so skinny. Now clearly they weren't gonna do what happened in the comics because they haven't done anything that's exactly how the comics were done at all in this entire thing. How fucking the movie's stupid. Okay, the movie's stupid, but you already knew that. It's just as stupid, if not more stupid than the original. There are things that make no sense. There are things that lead nowhere. How Carnage gets the symbiote was stupid. How Carnage even gets the symbiote was stupid. How he came to the conclusion, like, and in the comics, Carnage and Cletus and Carnage are one and the same. Like that's the whole thing. He says I. That's the difference between him and Venom, and that's the big thing in the comics is Venom says we, because with Venom, it's a symbiotic relationship. It's a relationship. It's me, and no, the actual symbiote isn't called Venom, by the way, which is stupid, because in the movie, it's like, oh, I'm Venom. That's not, he wasn't called Venom. Fucking Eddie and, I can't remember the name of the symbiote Eddie has. They combine together to make Venom. But I digress. But with the Carnage symbiote, they're one being. He says I. But they didn't want to do that in this one. They had this utterly ridiculous and stupid love plot with Cletus Cassidy and Shriek, which sure, in the comics, they are together, sorta, kinda. But like, they had this ridiculous love plot, and I don't know what the actress who was playing Shriek was doing. I watched this movie with my family at Cinema Cafe, and I'm sitting next to my cousin, and the entire time, me and her are just looking at each other like, what in the God's name is this woman doing with her voice right now? She sounded like she was going for Calypso from Pirates of the Caribbean, which is freaking ridiculous. Like, that's what she was trying. I don't know what was going on with her. The look, the eyes, the thing she was doing. I was like, I don't know what the hell this lady's doing. I don't know what she's doing with this accent. But it is utterly ridiculous. It makes utterly no sense whatsoever. Everything with Venom from the beginning throughout the entire film is just, it's ridiculousness. Not to mention, the Carnage sequences, while they can be cool sometimes, are hindered by the fact that, and this is me saying this, how many videos have you heard me make about rated R doesn't matter, rated R doesn't matter, rated R doesn't matter? But like, when you're doing Carnage, I don't know if people know this, Carnage is one of the most hardcore comic book characters ever made. Fuck the Punisher. Carnage is hardcore. Literally, his biggest comic, Maximum Carnage, was him just murder spree. Like, Carnage is not to be fucked with. Like, the thing about it is, in the comics, Carnage, Spider-Man and Venom had to team up to beat that guy. Like, that, it's so crazy when I'm sitting back and thinking about it. And just, like, even the sequences they do, I'm like, these should be more brutal, these should be more dangerous, these should be more, like, and they keep flip-flopping on what they want Venom to be. The problem is, they don't know what they want to do with this character. And then, like I said, the post-credit scene worried me, upset me, all kinds of things. But I don't want to get too much into it. The movie did just come out, I think, about a week ago now. So I'm not going to really get into too much of the details. But I could tell you what, man. I didn't like this movie. I didn't like this movie. The only good thing I would think about this movie is that it was short. Tom Hardy's still doing what he was doing in the first one, which is still ridiculous. They got this weird subplot with will they, won't they? Will like Venom and Eddie are now it's because he wants to do more with his power. Like, it's this weird, stupid subplot going on with them, and like at the end of the day, I found myself just being like, that was a movie. Like, that's what I felt like. I was just like, well, that was a movie. Like I said, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get Venom. I don't get the appeal. I don't get why people love it so much. I don't actually get it. I am baffled by it. Sometimes I think to myself, what is happening? Like to me personally, I'm like, what is happening with this? Like, what? Really? That? I digress though. Like I said, people are enjoying themselves, so I'll let people enjoy themselves, but all I can tell you is I definitely did not. So thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, I didn't even give Venom a grade. See, I almost skipped it. I didn't give it a letter. A letter. Number. Sorry. Out of practice. I'll get back into it. I give Venom Let There Be Carnage. Let There Be Carnage. I give it a 4.5. Out of 10? 4.5? It's better than I gave the original, but I think. Like I said, dude, there's nothing that happened in this movie that impressed me, bruh. There is absolutely nothing in this movie that was fucking impressing. There was a couple chuckles, but it was more like, this is so stupid, man. This is so stupid, man. And like I've seen some people try to argue that then there's this crowd of people who are trying to argue that Venom's not really that serious of a character. He's a silly character anyways. And I'm like, yeah, he becomes a silly character, but the original story with Venom, there's some meat there. That's a story about Peter Parker, about a man who's down in his luck. It's the Joker story about a man who's down in his luck and an ex coming together to get vengeance on one person. Like there's a story there with the Venom to the Spider-Man character, and we're never gonna get that. We might get something, but it's gonna be ass. And that post-credit scene, it did worry me. It did make me go, fuck, are we really doing this? Because I'm a minor spoilers, man. I have been an advocate to keeping Venom as far away from the MCU as possible. I don't even want to see Venom in the MCU's shorelines. I don't want Venom to be, kinda in the MCU, bro. I want that thing away. I was okay with Sony. You know what? I was willing to be okay with Venom and Sony and all that stupid shit they're doing, because I'm telling you, Morbius is gonna be stupid as shit too. I was willing to be okay with all that because I was like, well, they're doing that over there. The MCU's still doing their thing. I don't really gotta worry about that. I don't have to watch their shit. I can just watch the MCU shit. But man, I'm telling you, Sony fucking enforcing their way into the MCU. They are fucking kicking their way into the MCU, and I'm not down for it. Oh man, makes me feel problems. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please don't like, subscribe, and did you enjoy Venom, Let There Be Carnage? Because I can tell you one thing, I have enjoyed a lot more better movies. I would rather watch Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad, than watch that movie again. And Suicide Squad was rough. Anyways, thank you guys again. I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.